Do you have a hard time finding clothes that flatter your shape, your size, your height? Are your clothes wearing you instead of you wearing your clothes? Well, our Midlife Besties guest today knows all about that, and she's going to be sharing at least 3 of her best fashion tips with us today. So we're so excited about this. We have Michelle Averitt from Poised Petite, and she is an over 50 influencer and blogger. She does it full time. She has a lot of experience with this. She focuses on petite styling for that height and size, but you know what? She also gives us tips and shares how to wear your clothes instead of letting your clothes wear you. So we are super excited. I am going to bring on Suzanne, my midlife bestie, and we're going to get going here, and then we'll have on, let me stop sharing this awesome screen, hang on, and bring on Suzanne, and then we'll bring on Michelle as well. Oh, hang on. Hey, hi Suzanne.
Good morning. How
Good
are you?
morning. Yes, I'm great. I just wanted to say Midlife Besties. I'm Karen from Midlife Besties, and oops, I accidentally shared the wrong person. Hang on. Holy smokes. How do I take that person off? This is a blip. I've never done this before.
I don't know
That's what happens when you get chunky fingers. Hang on just a second. Okay. Well, it's just I don't know what that is. Michelle, I'm going to bring you on here in just a second. But Suzanne, go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit while I figure out my debacle.
I will. Good morning. I'm Suzanne Joffrion, the other half of Midlife Besties. And Karen and I met online and decided that we have so much in common and we have a lot to bring to our community. And so we started Midlife Besties to have conversations about things that are pertinent to women that are in our age group that, you know, have found themselves in a different new season. And we are looking forward to, do you want to just start over, Karen?
No, I don't. I hope nobody comes on here and does anything weird. I don't know how to do this. Hey, all of you Instagram gurus, you're going to have to tell me how to remove somebody. Let me bring Michelle on.
Okay.
She may not want to join us now that we've messed this up. Hang on just a second. Okay, keep going.
We have to ask that person to leave. I don't know.
Michelle, how do I remove somebody? I don't know what I did.
I don't know. I've never had that happen before.
All right. Suzanne, you keep talking to Michelle.
Michelle, we are so glad to have you here today.
Thank you. I tell
If
you
that
what,
person were in front of their camera, you could ask them to just leave. But
yeah. Okay.
Anyway, let's get started, and maybe they'll join us. I don't know.
All right.
I was just saying, Michelle, that Karen and I started Midlife Besties. Oh, there is someone there. Hello.
Go ahead and leave. I'm so sorry I accidentally let you into the live, but feel free to just leave. All right, keep going, gals. It's okay.
Anyway, Michelle, as a petite woman myself, I'm so excited to hear what you have to say because there we go. There we go.
There we go.
All right. Anyway, I'm so excited to hear what you have to say because I am a petite person. I'm only 5'2". And what I've always heard is, you know, stand taller, pick your chin up, act like you have a string tied to your head. But I'm hoping you have some wardrobe things to share that will help me also and others as well. So let's just get started. What would you say to someone like me who wants to dress taller and leaner?
well, there's a few tricks that we can do to look taller and leaner. And just for reference, I am 5 feet even, 5'0". And so it is always my goal to try to look taller and leaner. One thing that I never do is I never wear a colored shoe. Okay. So I see fun, you know, pops of red or, you know, pops of pink or something. But for me, that cuts me off. And so I will always choose a shoe that is either the same color, you know, all the way down, black, if you're in black pants, black, or a nude. So in my post that I put up today, actually, I have 2 pair of black pants. And in one, it's a flare leg, and I'm wearing a nude sandal. And in the other, it's a slim leg. But in both looks, the eye just goes, it's a consistent line instead of like a chop, if that
never breaks, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. And that even if you're I'm 5'7", that is a good fashion tip across the board, right, Michelle?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, there's very few people that aren't trying to look leaner and taller, and I don't know.
Yes, definitely. So tell us, Michelle, a couple more tips. I know we kind of teased everybody that you were magically going to give us all these great fashion tips, but you are so experienced in this, and I know you have a background in fashion and retail, and you do this full time. So share a couple more of your best tips for us.
Okay. Well, one tip that's really good, and I'm going to use myself as a demonstration. Okay, we're going to do show and tell here today. So, okay, a lot of women, the front tuck is a great hack. Okay, a lot of women tell me, Michelle, I don't want to tuck my shirt in because I have a tummy, and I absolutely get that. So a way around that is choosing a shirt that stops about here. See, and so I'm camouflaging this whole area, okay? But if you're willing to do a front tuck, if you can pull it off, you will look so much taller. I'm just going to show you. So, okay, this is, it does cut me off right here, okay?
It does, yeah.
And so I'm just going to tuck right in the front. I'm pulling all of this out, okay? All of it. So it's just right barely tucked in the front.
Okay.
But if you look at me, your eye goes up versus that.
Yeah.
Does that make
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It cuts off at the widest part, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And so even if for women who they don't want to do the front tuck because they have got the tummy, you can also do a side tuck. And it almost covers the tummy. You know what I mean? But it still helps to bring the eye up instead of down.
Yeah. What a visual. That is a great visual. Definitely. No, I love the side tuck idea. Yeah.
There's a half tuck too that's really popular, and some people really hate it and some people love it. I love it. It's when you button if you have a button down shirt and you button it to about here, and then you actually just tuck in half of it. Some people say that looks silly. I don't know. I kind of like it, but there you go.
I like it too, but my husband always says, "Did you forget something?"
Yeah. Another tip is you can wear monochromatic, all one color. That's always going to look leaner. High-rise pants too. I mean, if you can tuck something in, because again, it's higher and your eye is going, up. V-neck shirts versus like this. It's just all about bringing the eye up, like what you have on, Karen. Anyway.
Well, and I think too, as far as like this stuff going on, like with my double chin or just a little fullness in my face, I really feel so different when I either do a scoop neck or a V-neck shirt. I mean, I grew up in the 80s and I love turtlenecks. I love them, and I used to be able to wear them. I just can't anymore. Is there, if you love a turtleneck or something like that, and you do have a lot of this going on, what would you suggest for that? Is there a different type of shirt besides just a V-neck that we can get away with?
Well, I mean, there's the mock turtle,
a little bit lower. Okay.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I put up a post today that I'm wearing a mock turtleneck.
Oh.
And it just doesn't come as high, and it's not as much stuff going on right here,
Which again, it's all about elongating, right? Our proportions. So if our neck looks longer, which basically from here to here. Yeah. Suzanne, did you have another question? I know we're getting some comments too, which is kind of
We are getting some comments, and hopefully, hopefully we can address some of these. If you have questions, do leave them in the comments. And I have to look like this to be able to see them. Anyway, I was thinking about, and in fact, Karen, you'll have to do sometime your makeup tips that draw the eye up, because you have that as well. But the cowl neck, that's not, I hardly have a neck, so I don't wear a turtleneck at all, because it's just, and I know someone that calls this the Chinese phone book with all the chins.
Oh my goodness. What about, let's see. So we talked about, somebody asked a question in beforehand when we prompted them with a sticker story about what else questions you have. What if you have a shorter waist? Now you might have long legs, but your proportions aren't quite off. How do you deal with kind of that short waist?
Well, I would say, and this is, people will say, what? But seriously, consider trying petite sizes because they have a shorter waist. And I've had people who are not petite. Now, petite is 5'4" and under, 5'3", 5'4" kind of borders. But I've had women that are taller than that try on a petite size.
Right.
And now, if it's something that you can get away with, you know, if it's a crop length or, you know, something like that. But the shorter waist, you're going to find in the petite section.
Yeah.
That is so smart.
There's several people asking about scarves. What can you say about scarves? And you know, how you tie them. If you're shorter, does it matter? Or, you know, what can you say about that?
So I think it's all about bringing the eye up. And so scarves can be your friend because, you know, they will bring the eye up. But you don't want to have too much bulk right here because then it's like, I don't know. You want it to be, so whenever I wear a scarf, I try to keep part of this open, like around my neck versus, you know, like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree, because you want to make a vertical line with your whatever you're wearing, right?
Yes.
So what about like wearing a column of color that, you know, even if you have a jacket, you have the same top and same color top and pants on, so you look elongated? Is that something?
Absolutely. And you know, like you were saying, a blazer or whatever, that is another good thing to do to hide the tummy, because a lot of blazers, they'll not the boyfriend boxy blazer.
Okay.
But if they're tapered in right here, if you have a tummy, it sort of draws the eye like right here and then not here.
Yes.
It's a silhouette that's complimentary, I think.
Sure.
Really like that. I know some of the gals hopped on a little bit late and you shared one of your best tips right at the beginning about the not colored shoe. Yeah. So basically, can you tell them that one real quick one more time?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's something we can all do. You know what I love about shoes? Doesn't matter what size you are.
That's right.
We can all wear shoes. Yeah, right?
Absolutely. Okay. So yes, I like to keep the same color shoe all the way going down. So on my post today, I shared a pair of black flare legs and a pair of slim black pants. I used this shoe with the black slim leg, and it just, because it covers almost the whole foot right here, it's just a constant line going, you know, up and down. Now on the flare leg, I needed one like this, and because it's nude, and you always want a flare, this is another thing, if you're wearing a flare leg pant, you want it to almost dust the ground. Okay, almost, not here,
right,
not here, that is not good. So anyway, so with the flare leg, I was wearing the nude, and again, it just sort of it doesn't call attention to looking down.
Let's expand on that, because, you know, I've heard so many gals say, you know, don't wear like penny, what are the clam diggers, but let's talk about the length of the pant, what you just shared. Tips for the length of our pants. Where should we wear them at, no matter, you know, shorter or taller?
Yeah, that's a great one. So capris and clam, whatever you were saying.
I call clam diggers.
Clam diggers. Okay, those cut everybody in half. No, gone. Okay, now, so there's the flare leg. If you can wear that, that makes your legs look miles, like so long. You know, exactly. I love that. If you wear it right, if you keep the hem right, if you don't, if you have it too short, it looks weird and choppy and not good. So there's that. Now the ankle length jean is one of my favorites because it's supposed to hit between 1 and 3 inches above the ankle. Okay. And it is such an easy, it's, first of all, it's on trend right now. Okay. It's very popular. And for me, a lot of times when I buy jeans that are ankle length and they still aren't short enough, cut them off. And
Yeah.
it's so good because I can make it whatever length I want. And it just so happens that right now, the frayed hem is really popular.
Super
So
trendy.
That's perfect, right? Susan, have you ever done that? Have you just because I know you know, you are more petite. Have you just cut jeans off?
Absolutely. Yes,
Really?
I have. So someone's asking about tennis shoes, you know, and that's really popular right now to wear either, you know, tennis shoes with a dress or, you know, tennis shoes with pants. What do you say about those? I mean, sometimes they can look really big and bulky.
Yeah.
right. Now someone says I've cut mine. Yay. So this is just me. I prefer an all white classic leather sneaker. It doesn't have to be leather. I have a canvas pair too that's cute, but I don't, and I know that there's a lot of fun styles out there. A lot of my girlfriends that are bloggers that dress perfectly, they have all these cutesy, but for me, I can't draw the attention there, the clunky,
Right.
you know, I've got a pair that are clunkier that I walk in, you know, that I'll use on the treadmill and that I walk in. They're functionally athletic.
Right.
But besides that, I just keep it to a white, clean, sleek look.
Well, my legs are pretty white, so it's like all one look. One look.
Well, but that's such a great tip too, because you know, it is so fun to see all the different trends that come and go. But you know, I know that you're really big about this as well as, like, you know, just the classics, keeping things, you know, just your basic core clothes that you can wear all year, every decade, and not really worry about, you know, changing that up. Yeah. Are there any other classic or non-trendy things that you say that we have to have in our closet, or we should have?
Absolutely. Okay. You got to have a white button down. Everybody needs to have a white button down. That's just a closet staple. And to me, I mean, not anything, but I think a classic, beautiful look on a woman, particularly our age, I'm going to be 56 on Friday.
Early birthday.
Thank you. But a good pair of dark wash jeans in the fall, and a crisp white button down with a pair of either, you know, loafers or pointy toe mules or something like that. That is just timeless, classic. You know, I've had these for years.
That's awesome.
Someone says, what about heels?
Yeah,
absolutely. I love wearing heels. I mean, I can't wear them real high anymore. This is about as high as I can go.
Yeah.
But
you know something, Michelle, I just saw the other day, and maybe you can address this, but you know, the boxy looking toe on a sandal or shoe, doesn't it just like cut you off? Don't you need something more pointy or more?
You really do. You really do. And that was so popular last year and maybe even the year before. And these are somewhat squared, but not totally. Like they do go in, and then they have a squared off. Yeah. But that hard square that you're talking about, I know what you're talking about. Not so much. And
I don't need that kind of help.
Yeah. Pointy toes always will elongate your leg, no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of gals are probably going to want to know this, that are maybe more petite, because you are, like you said, you're 5 foot. Exactly. So let's go ahead. Let's plug them. What are your favorite petite shops, online or in the malls or the stores?
Love it. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So Loft has a wonderful petite department. Okay. And they have a wonderful plus department.
Nice.
Okay. So there's that J. Jill and Talbot's. Both have very good petite departments, very good plus departments. And J. Jill you can order online and get tall sizes. So, and Talbot's, I think, and J. Jill both carry petite plus.
Right.
So that's wonderful. I love that size range because, you know, it doesn't leave anybody out.
It really
I love, let's see, what are my other favorites? Chicos is a favorite. White House Black Market. Let's see. I'm looking at my clothes right over here.
Right.
I have a lot of cabbie in my closet, and if it's a 3/4 length sleeve, that's what I usually go with because my arms are short. And, so that's another tip is like to have a little bit of your wrist showing, right? Doesn't that elongate?
Yes, absolutely.
And,
J. Crew is another one. I just thought of that. J. Crew.
And J. Crew J. Crew's really fun. And so they actually they have a petite section as well. That's good to know. Excellent. So I know, real quick, and then I want you to be able to share. Suzanne's going to ask you a couple questions, but one other one about showing a little bit of skin. That's a good point. So for sleeve length, if you're uncomfortable with different, what do you think is the most flattering for all across the board?
Well, I love an elbow length like this. I just think that it covers good. I think most people, my mom is comfortable with this length. I'm comfortable with this, that's a good standard length. Nice. I always when I have a long sleeve shirt, I always cuff it because my watch and my bracelets, I just need to not have stuff, unless it's a date night and it has ruffles on it's something special like that. But yeah, someone says QVC has petites. Good to know. That's good.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So someone talking about let's see, the white button down. Do you have a preferred one for that?
I have a couple. So there's one on Chico's site that is not, you don't have to iron it.
Oh, right.
Nice.
I'm all about not ironing.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do have one from Loft that I love. I do iron it. I mean, I need it to be crisp.
Yeah.
But
very good.
Oh. And do you like when you have that white button down, do you like put a scarf or a short necklace, or how do you accessorize it?
So I like the thin necklaces, and the layered, that kind. I know the chunky chain is popular. It's not something I think it's pretty. It's just not something I bend, towards, but it's mostly the daintier necklaces.
You kind of have to think about proportion, right? So tell us something fun and exciting you have coming up.
Okay. So it was such an honor. A few months ago, Chicos reached out and they asked if I have a little midlife blogger group that I travel with, and we do collaborations together and whatnot. There are 5 of us total. But they invited us to take over their Instagram and they've been leading up to this. It's sort of like a quarterly book club. And so they're encouraging, everybody to read this book. This is called The Wedding Veil. And so anyway, we're going to take over their Instagram next Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Okay. And we're going to be talking about the book, and we're going to be showing some of their new fall arrivals. And we were so honored. We were so humbled that they would even think to ask us.
I can see why they asked you gals. And, if you don't follow Michelle, just see that little pop. I know on the replay, you're going to be like, what is Karen pointing at? But right now, before we leave, go up here. There's a little down arrow. Make sure you follow Michelle. And, hey, follow Suzanne and I, too. We'd love it. But that is so great. So you will be obviously advertising that on your page. So we'll know when it's going to, remind us when that's happening.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's super fun that, it is fashion, but it also is like a book club as well. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah. That's super fun. So we'll list, in the caption, all the ways to follow you, but do go follow Michelle at Poise Petite. Follow Karen at 50 is the New 50 blog. I'm Suzanne Joffrion. So, Michelle, we thank you so much. I mean, we could go on and on for hours about all this stuff. The name of the book again is The Wedding Veil.
Yes.
Is that right? Yes. Okay. I'll have to look that up. And follow along for that book club of you and your girls. So that would be super fun. So thank you again for joining us. We've had such a great conversation. You gave such great tips.
Well, thank you.
We appreciate that.
And
thank you for inviting me.
Your Instagram and your blog has so many wonderful tips, no matter what your size or your height. So we're still following and watching, and I learned so much from you as well. Thank you. And I know everybody's so excited that you joined us today, and we will save this for the replay, so you'll be able to catch it later if you're just now hopping on.
And it'll also be on our YouTube channel, Midlife
Yes,
Besties,
yes.
so go check that out. Yeah.
Okay.
Michelle-
You girls are doing such a great job. I love watching y'all. Keep doing what you're doing because it's helping
Aw,
so
thank
many
you.
women.
Well,
We are loving it.
connecting. We love connecting with everyone and so appreciate it. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Suzanne.
Bye.
All right. We'll catch everybody next time.
Okay. Bye.